Okay, so I'm back. So my son needed me. He wanted me to get him dressed. That is Nicholas. That's Nick Jr. Say hi, Nick Jr.
Hi.
And like I said, that's Amaya. Say hi, Amaya. So we just started doing this a few months ago, and we love it. We gave up our apartment. We figured, why pay so much money to someone else when we could be traveling? It's the least expensive with kids. They love it. It's like camping to them. And I love it. Nick loves it. We all just love it, but I think, honestly, it brings a family closer. It brings a family closer. I mean, there, like I said earlier in my first video, there is things that people do have to take into consideration. It's just like fixing a house. But I mean, so far we haven't had any major issues at all, except for a little sink leak. That's it. And we've only had this for like a few months, so it's not that bad. As far as working, Nick Sr. still does his construction. He does construction, so he works. And I stay at home with the kids, but I am thinking of doing my own little business and making my candles, because I love candles, and we've done them before. So I'm thinking of doing that and selling them. And also working from home as doing an admin that I used to do a few years back, and I'm thinking of doing that also. So there's ways of making money. And it's just a freedom. You have more freedom. You're not stuck in one place. You don't have to pay $2,000 for rent. You don't have to pay electric. You don't have to pay water. You don't have to pay gas, well, except for our propane, but that's about it, which is like 20 bucks. It's not bad. The sites that you go to, the campgrounds that we go to, we are with Thousand Trails, and we go to all the campgrounds everywhere, from Arizona to Nevada to, everywhere and around the world. And Amaya wants me to get her phone, so I'm going to do that in a minute. But I mean, we love it. There is things to take into consideration, because we do want to get a toy hauler, and now that we have our travel trailer, we are going to look into how it's built, stuff like that, as far as, is it built good? Ours is built pretty good, but I mean, there's a few things that for us first timers that we should have looked into that we didn't know, because it was our first time buying it. Come on, Amaya. But now we know what to look for as far as like the cupboards. No, I haven't finished it yet.
Drink any of it.
No. Come on. I'm not finished drinking my coffee. So, as far as like the cupboards, the outlets, how things are made, we want to make sure it's not made with plastic.
I want to tell you guys.
And Nick Jr.
I'm taking an Amaya ride.
He's taking his sister on a ride. They're learning how to ride scooters. He's teaching her.
And I'm teaching me pictures.
Really? So this is our life. We love it. I think we already have a toy hauler in mind that we want to get. And we looked at it already. It is structured, built better. And what I mean by built better is the slide outs. I don't know if you can tell from here, but the slide outs are like not as hard, oops. And then there is thing that you have to take into consideration. You have to dump your tanks. That's dumping the tanks right there. That I learned pretty quickly. When you go to read your tanks, don't always believe what the little meter thing says, because it's not always true. Like sometimes I'll just empty it and it still said 2/3 full, which is not. And Nick Sr. pointed out a good thing, that it's always good to drain when you're going to flush your toilet, to let it hold it down and keep adding water. It doesn't hurt to add like 5 gallons of water or 2 gallons of water a day. The more water, the better, because it clears them out. But also, you have your fresh water tank, and all that stuff. Fresh water, we're not using it because when we travel, it carries more weight when we're pulling it, so we empty it so we can have less weight.
You don't need the whole.
You don't need the whole fresh water if you're hooked. Yeah, if you're hooked up to city water, you don't need it. But it's also good to empty it before you go to another destination, so you're not pulling all that weight with you. As far as hooking up to your city water, this is what you'll do. You'll get the hose. It's a hose that you get. There's your city water connection, and you just connect it to their
You want a water filter?
water right here. And you do want to buy a water filter.
The regulator is more important than anything because the internal plumbing in the trailer can't take that high pressure. So you have to have it set in between 40 and like 60, no more than like what we have it at. We have it at max like 55, not almost 55 or whatever. You don't want to go above that or you'll burst the plumbing inside your trailer and leaks everywhere.
Yes, so what Nick said. If you do go above that, your pipes will burst big time because the pipes that we have underneath their sink are not like residential pipes. They're actually flexible. They're like plastic. They're plastic. It's a whole plastic kit, and it can't take the high pressure. So don't ever have your water above 50 or even 40. And the RV guys will tell you.
No, they don't.
Oh, they don't tell you. I'm sorry. They don't tell you that. Most of them don't tell you. But it's little things like that we've learned, and I want to give everybody else that is coming to it new or doesn't know it, and that's the best way to know is from someone else. So everybody tells me, Ruby, how do you like it? Do you love it? I love it. My kids love it. As far as schooling, I plan on homeschooling my 2 little kids. Our 2 older daughters are already set in public school, so one of them is about to graduate and one of them plays softball for the high school. So I didn't want to take them out of that since they already set. But my 2 little ones, my 4-year-old and my soon-to-be 3-year-old, homeschool is the way to go. I honestly think, as a mother and knowing the difference between public school now and homeschool, is that public school is getting really bad. I don't care where you live. The public school system is getting horrible. As far as homeschooling, I have my sister and my cousin that done it with their kids, and they loved it. They love it still. I think the thing with homeschooling is you do need a little bit more patience, and you need more patience, but it also gives you more structure, and it brings the families together. It brings the kids and the parents together because they have that one-on-one bonding time. Come here, guys. There's a truck coming. Come here. There's a truck coming. Move that. Come here, Junior. This way, buddy. This way, bud. They have that one-on-one bonding time with you have that time with your kid. And homeschooling is more. I think it.
Mom, his name is Mike in the movie. Then he did do homework.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh okay. Giving me an insight.
He had no family.
Oh okay.
He had no dad.
So homeschooling brings you together, but I also. Oh, you're okay. Sorry, guys. But I also learned that with homeschooling,
Mom,
the schools through homeschooling, every child learns different, and they actually individualize the children as far as they see what works best for that child, and they go with that curriculum. And that's what I like, because at public school they really don't care. They don't know, they don't care in the aspect of, oh, they're just throwing you out there. Here, this is what you're gonna do. This is your homework. That's that. They don't realize that every kid learns differently. They don't realize that people grow up different, people learn different, every child is different from one another, and public school doesn't see that. At homeschool, they do see that. And that's why they have a curriculum for, for whatever suits your kid. So I do plan on putting my kids in a school called Inspire, the home charter. I was also thinking of Sage Oak, but I think Inspire, the home charter one, is a way to go. I've heard great things about it. So I'm going to do that. Nick Jr. starts next year in August, so I will be doing that. You know, it's a way of living. It's a different way of living, but people always tell me, oh, Ruby, do you love it? Do you like it? What do you like about it? And they're like, oh, we'll do it when you do it. Why wait for me? Why continue waiting for me? Why don't you go out there and do it? Go out there and do it, because everyone's experience is different. You know, why are you going to wait for me to post pictures? Why are you going to wait for me? Your experience might be different from mine. You know, people always tell me, oh, you go do it first and let me know. No, I'm not going to let you know, because my experience when you do it might be way different from yours. What if you don't like it? You know, everyone has different, you know, different things they like about it. And, you know, there's some love it and some don't. And I love it because it's more of a freedom thing. You get to travel, you know, wherever you want to go. And if your kids are little, this is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. And why not? If you're not paying thousands of dollars, I mean, the monthly thing that you pay for your trailer is cheap compared to rent, which is like what, almost $2,000 for a 2-bedroom in California. You know, that's not including gas, electric, food. You know, so I mean, it's cheap to live in, and it's wonderful. It's a good experience. It teaches the kids about nature, and also like you're able to homeschool them wherever you're at. Like if you can go into an aquarium and teach them about sharks. You can go into a museum. You can go to the Capitol and teach them about that history. It's just wonderful things you can teach the kids about. So I mean, it's a way of living that we love, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I don't want to go back to an apartment. I really don't. I don't want a house. I feel like this is so much. I mean, if anything, I'm gonna upgrade to a toy hauler, or you know, a big fifth wheel that's like a house. But I don't want to pay someone else. We shouldn't have to be paying other people to live, be stuck in a place and be monitored, I guess you can say. But yeah, so we love it. So check out my YouTube channel called Trailer House that Amaya made up the name, so that's why I call it Trailer House, because it's so cute.
Mom,
we love it. So yeah, just if you like my video, subscribe and like.
grab the button below.
Subscribe to the button below. He knows what to do. So yeah, go ahead. All right, you guys have a good day. Talk to you guys soon.